And we are live.
We
Hello,
are.
hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Yay! It seems like forever since we were able to sit and chat a little bit. So I wanted to hop back on with you tonight, Beth. And I wanted to talk some tonight. My people, everybody that's watching, this is a great friend, Beth Bolus. I met her in Orlando actually in January for the first time. And I'm getting to know her better as we go throughout the year, even though we haven't been able to meet up and do things in person like we would like to. Um, and I've learned a lot from Beth so far, and she has some amazing things to tell me about some different things with her gut and how that gut health is so crucial to just being healthy all the way around your mental health and your physical health. All of that stuff all stems in the gut, right, Beth?
Oh, it most certainly does.
And so, I mean, I've been watching you. I mean, I met you in January. Didn't know anything about you. I was just kind of there, just kind of showed up. We were in the same together at this leadership conference, had an amazing time. But, I was taking in so much. But I know that I've watched different changes in your face and your skin and your hair and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. And as I've gotten to learn more about you, that you really struggled with some major gut health throughout your life that you're getting a handle on. And I wondered if you would just be willing to kind of go at that a little bit and and tell me more about it. I'd like to know some more details on kind of what you've been through and how you're getting so much better and how you're healing your gut up.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, listen, I thank you for interviewing me today, and those of you that are joining us, thank you, and let us know where you're coming in from.
Yeah.
I'm over here in South Carolina, and we are kind of having wonky weather from the
Oh
tropical
boy.
storms. So, um,
Yes.
I, we're fortunate that we are on without interference today. So
Yes.
those of you that don't know me, I, like Becky, have taught school for many, many years. And although I'm not in the classroom this year, I know what it's like. And oh, I didn't turn my ringer off on my phone. Forgive
Oh,
me.
that's habit.
Uh, I'm there. I'm back. I'm sorry.
You're
Um,
good.
I hope it didn't cut us off. Can you
No, you're
still hear
there.
me?
I
Okay.
can.
Sorry about that. So, in as a teacher, I taught special education, and so those of you that are no teachers or have kids that are special needs kids, we have multiple jobs, and those jobs can take us all over the school building, or some years it can keep us very self-contained in the classroom, depending upon what job capacity I had decided to take on for the year. But I'll be honest with you, I was always the teacher that prayed for the classroom that was close to the bathroom. I honestly was very, very thankful one year, and it hasn't been too long ago. It was really at the height of my really incredibly bad digestive um, decline in health. And I absolutely was like, Lord, thank you for my classroom being the little closet in the dive of the hallway, because it is right beside the bathroom. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you have ever had stomach issues. And I, at 53, can now say that I really have experienced gut health for the first time in my life. I
Wow. Yes.
was the person that had extremely bad gut health from the time I was a child. Um, and so I mean, I remember, I guess, the biggest thing, the impact, that memory I have, was probably when I was a student in middle school and high school, and I realized every time that there was a test, every time that there was something stressful, um,
Mhm.
I was always sick. So as a teacher,
Yeah.
I began to identify with my students that were sick on the days that there were test days. because their gut was
Yep.
all up messed up, and they're like, Miss Bolas, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, go, honey. I understand perfectly. And it wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
in that you're trying to play the system. It's real. Um,
Yes.
and I went under so many tests. I had so many. We tried. I remember. Oh gracious! Um, all the different varieties of milk alternatives when they first came out. And they were horrible, guys. They were horrible
Mhm.
back in the late 70s, early 80s. And mom even brought home goat milk,
Right.
and it was
Oh
too strong
boy.
for me. It was not my thing. Um,
That's one
but
thing I've never
so
tried.
you try everything. And
Mm-hmm.
so I honestly, Becky, m- my digestive system was um, rotten.
Right.
Literally. Um, it was so unpredictable. I was just always not, I always had some sort of stomach indiscretion. If there was any inkling of stress, I would see it first in my stomach. I would see
Right.
it with some sort of digestive issue. Not only did I have all kinds of allergies, all kinds of things going on, all kinds of autoimmune issues, it began to even affect my other organs because my gut was so bad that I
Mm.
developed all these other plethora of diagnosis.
Oh boy.
And about the time that my kids hit high school, I my health declined, Becky. It was really bad. If you've ever had a kid in high school, drop me an emoji down below. Let me know if they were in band. Let me know if they were in sports and what sports they
Mm-hmm.
played. I tell you what, my kids were involved in all kinds of stuff, everything from band to track to swim practice. And I think swim practice and band were probably the most demanding ones because it was up at practice early in the morning before school and then after school. And so it was like something always happening.
Yeah.
But I also remember that I missed out. I
Mm-hmm.
missed out because I got sick. And
Right.
I was so sick, Becky, that I was spending um, oftentimes 4 to 6 weeks in the hospital. I
Wow.
obviously wasn't able to teach.
Wow.
At that point, the migraines were debilitating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had other things that I had suffered through. I had massive inflammation in my body. I just was very sick. Um,
Mm.
I actually even experienced organ failure,
Wow.
multiple organ failure. Now, I had begun to do some things to try to get better. I was always like, my mom was always the one here to try to take this whole handful of vitamins
Mm-hmm.
because she was always like, oh, you need something, you need something. And the doctors were always saying, you need to supplement because
Right.
she's not well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't ever go over well with me. First off, I always got choked, Becky. I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
you, but I have a small gullet, and so they would always get choked. I
Mm-hmm.
remember if in like third, fourth grade, I would sit at the kitchen table. I could run to my bus stop through the backyards,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember sitting at the kitchen table in Virginia and crying because I was going to miss the bus and I
Right.
wanted to go to school, but I couldn't
Yes.
go until I swallowed the
So you
vitamins.
swallow the pills. I've been there.
So
Some and those supplements, if there's some of them like what I'm aware of, they were really big and they're hard to get down.
they are. So, I mean, this continued on through adulthood. I began to add all kinds of things. I was always very fit in my youth, and I loved to exercise. I loved to be involved with sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that is when I probably dropped off trying to take a lot of supplements and things to help myself. But then
Mm-hmm.
as I had children, I was like, okay, let's add these things back. You got to do something different. You got to, well, let me fast forward, okay? I was introduced to these nutraceuticals, and because I had this long history of medical stuff happening, I was familiar with um, that DFT that we get our vitamins through, that sticker.
Right.
Um, and, you know, I thought, you know what, that is just so ingenious. And
Hmm.
so I really was immediately keyed in on it,
Yes.
because just of my background, not only personally having been experienced, things medically wrong with me, but with my background studying, because not only have I been a teacher, um, I have my PhD, albeit dissertation, in psychology. So I really have done a lot of
I didn't
studies,
know
and I,
that.
am up on
I did
so
not
much
know
medical.
that.
Yes.
Wow, you go. That's amazing. Sorry,
Well,
keep going.
that's okay, Becky, because you know what? I was burning the candle at both ends. You know, I had teenage kids, I was working on my doctorate, and that's when it just really was like, okay, the candle about got snuffed out on both sides. This was
Yes.
introduced, and I was like, you know what? What else do I have to lose? I had this whole cabinet full of stuff, can't
Yep.
use it. I ordered,
Mhm.
you name it, I've probably tried it.
Mhm.
The shakes were slimy, nasty, gritty. They smelled horrible. They made my stomach hurt.
Mm.
Um, and I could go on. But look, by day 3, Becky, by taking those capsules by my bedside, and then the lifestyle mix, and then putting on that DFT, I have this Black Label on here today, and that's really one of my go-tos.
Right.
Um, but it by day 3, I was cleaning out kitchen drawers. I was doing things around the house. By the end of the week, by day 5, 6, I was in my do the things that I had found that I had quit doing, because I had quit doing the things that fed my soul, that fed me. I had quit exercising. It was honestly, it had become a chore oftentimes to get from my bed to downstairs. Um, and on a good day, I was able to walk to the mailbox and check the mail. So after I began thriving, this is what we're talking about, guys. If you don't know,
Yes.
Becky, I began to add one house at a time. I began to increase my activity level. I began to do things that I like. Um, this is the really cool part. Because the gut's the second brain,
Hmm.
do you know that all that anxiety, anxiousness, nervousness that I had, all that feeling, do you know that it began to diminish and go away?
Wow. See, I had
Um,
no clue. I really had no clue, which I always knew, when I was feeling kind of that way. I always would know, I would know like that my stomach just felt horrible. But I never really, on into adulthood, really put two and two together that they were both they were both fueling each other, so to speak. I never really put that together. So that's, I mean, you went from not being able to do a lot of your passion, your passionate things, the things that fueled you, that helped you keep
mhm.
going. You just had to quit doing all those things.
Right. I
And
was
this has helped
doing
you bring you back.
what it took to get by. I mean, and sometimes I just wasn't getting by. It was really, I kind of laughed at myself. We can, those memories pop up on our timeline sometimes, and we can
Hmm.
see those. And like about 6 years ago, I posted, oh, well, I'm going to be late to work. I hit that alarm clock so many times and I overslept.
Hmm.
There's no way I'm going to make it to work on time. Well,
Right.
my eyes pop open well before the alarm goes off now. I have energy to do the things that I enjoy. I exercise when I want to. I
Hmm.
do a variety of different things that have begun to fill my cup again. I'm
Right.
involved with friends. I was the mom that would come home and sleep for an hour and a half before she could even get up and take care of cooking dinner, and then just you know was so in a hurry to go back to bed because I was so tired, but I never woke up
Right.
rested. I
Yes.
wake up rested now, Becky. I don't know about you, but a
Yes.
teacher, there's nothing like being teacher tired.
Oh boy. Girl,
There's
we've
nothing
been
like
living
being
that.
mom and
This is the
mom
first
tired.
time ever. Yes.
Hmm.
I've been in
And
both places. I've been both
yeah,
places that mom tired and teacher tired.
and Becky, you put them both together.
I've been both
Boy, I tell
places.
you,
And I, like you,
right?
I've about face change both places. Yes.
Well, I gotta show you. I'm gonna drop my pictures down below because those of you
Yes.
that don't know me,
Please do.
um, my this is how exciting it is. It was for me because I had yo-yo dieted so long. I had tried
Hmm.
everything out there, everything from what the coffee diet and hot dogs to the you know you could go down
Right.
every weird thing that was out there that they sent us. We tried.
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
it was just
I know.
not
And we try
sustainable.
anything, right?
This
It's amazing. We'll try
that's
it. We'll
right.
put
I
anything
mean,
to a test, you know?
well, Becky, you know what the thing that kept me going as a teacher was diet soda and kettle chips
Oh
or
boy.
nachos. And
Oh,
you know what my nutritious lunch was?
oh, tell me.
Nachos with grated cheese that I popped in the microwave and I ate when I went from one school to the next.
Oh goodness, I can't tell you how many energy drinks I was doing. Literally, I mean, and I'm ashamed to say it because I was spending some serious money on this stuff to just feel good for a little while, and the crash was horrible. Like when I crashed hard and fast. I was doing 2 to 3 different energy drinks a day, and then on really bad days, there would be a peppermint mocha added onto that, and that's not to
Oh
mention all the
my.
junk that I would just like run through the drive-through real quick just to grab because it was easy and simple. I didn't have to think about it. I would just run by and grab it. I mean, I was easily spending, oh my goodness, when I figured it out, it was $12 to $15 a day. And I wasn't feeling any better
Yes.
at all. And I didn't look like I
No.
felt better
Well,
either.
as you can well imagine from what I've told you guys, I had an insurmountable amount of medical bills. I mean, they were crazy, out of control. Um, and so, that being said, single mom, teacher, you know how we get paid, right? We are in the job of being servants to other people. And
Yes.
um, so, just like officers, police officers, firemen. Um,
Mhm.
and so, with that being said, it did not matter how much education I had. It did not
Right.
matter how many years of school and how many hours, and turning off that that light at 2 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It just never got me where I needed to financially. And so I was really strapped, and I was at a place where I was like, you know what do I have to lose? So let me take over here from this bill that's supposed to be paid. And you know what that bill was, Becky?
Right.
This is how desperate I was to feel better. It was my car payment. Well, part
Right.
of my car payment. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take that money from my car payment and I'm going to do this for me because what else do I have to lose? I
Right.
have big pharmaceuticals sitting all over my house that have not served me one bit. So I'm going to make, for me, it was the choice that I needed to not continue those things because for me it didn't make me feel better, and I had already begun to take myself off of some of these things that the doctors had like passed out, like, here, try this, try that, that's not working, try something else. And i
Yeah.
I just had really bad side effects from them. Um, so you know what, one of the really cool things is that by 2 months later into being a thriver, I was down 2 bathing suit sizes. It was the middle of the summer. I was able to go buy a new bathing suit. Okay. I know that somebody out there has been watching, guys, and that you uh, have not gone where you wanted to with your weight, that you have not gone where you wanted to with your wellness goals, whether that's kicking it up to the next level, running a half marathon, running a marathon, whatever. Whether it's just simply, for me, it was, can I get out and walk 4 houses down the street to go visit my parents without having to get in the car and go? So You know, and
That's
so
huge.
don't measure where we are with where you're starting,
Exactly.
because we all
Right.
started. You don't know where I started, okay? So that's why I felt like I needed to share that. I
Yes,
am
I
now,
appreciate
having
that.
been thriving for so long, Becky, I'm down 75 pounds, hon. That,
I would have never
that,
known. I
that,
would have never guessed that. Never in a million
that,
years. And I really was not thinking you were 53 years old either. At all. At, at
and
all.
I
I
don't
mean,
feel
you look
53.
amazing. And yeah, but I don't want to cut it
Thank
short.
you.
This is so good. We'll have to get back on and do this again another night because I know we're right there at the 20 minutes. I don't know if that'll cut us off. I don't want to cut us off in the middle of this because it's really good. Um, but Beth, thank you so much. I mean, for just being
Absolutely.
honest about so many of those things that most of the time we're too shy to talk about, where we're like,
Hmm.
oh, I hope nobody, sees me running in and out of the bathroom all day kind of thing. Or you can't travel either when it's like that. I mean, let's be real about it. Um, but but Beth, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being willing to do this with me. And we'll have to do another segment about it and go into more detail
Absolutely.
about how we do our 3 steps and what we do. But just that there's hope for people. There is hope to feel better and to not feel so bad and stuck.
Becky, I want people to realize that they can do this, that we have an incredible program for customers, and that as a customer, you can thrive for free because you're going to feel so good. Your friends are going to want to know what you're doing differently,
Yep.
and they're going to want to hop on because
They're gonna want to
everybody
go
is
back.
concerned about their health. This has
That's right.
all the stuff in it that is being recommended for us to boost ourselves and to make us well
Yeah.
from the inside out. And let me tell you, when your hair begins to grow and stop falling out and your face clears up,
Mhm.
come on. It in my 40s, my face, I had breakouts that were
Yep.
like a teenager. They're gone. So
Right.
it's incredible. Guys, I encourage you, connect with Becky. She will hook you up and get you going on this.
Yeah,
So
reach out.
thanks,
I
Becky.
always reach out. No embarrassments whatsoever. I mean, we're all in it
We will
together,
design
really.
we will design a plan for you. What works
Yes.
for you?
And I love that part about it, that it's like it fills all those nutritional gaps. But what your nutritional gaps are and my gaps are two different things, but yet it both does the same thing, and that means we both feel better. We both feel
Yes,
better. So it has filled those gaps to helping us feel better. That just amazes me. But Beth, you're amazing. We're gonna do it again, I'm sure.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on with me and sharing.
Thanks,
I've
Becky.
learned so much about you tonight. It was amazing. So thank you. Y'all have a good
Th-
evening. Come back
Thank
and
you
join us
for
again.
inviting me. Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye.